Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Hey.
Welcome to a God-Ordained Union,
Yes,
a ministry that
yes.
is here to inspire, encourage, and help singles that are in God's waiting room.
Yes.
Yes, this is not um, a place where you're going to get any type of marital advice because we've been married for just under 2 years. We're getting ready to have our anniversary.
Yes.
But with that said, we just don't give marital advice. We do, however, use our experiences of being in God's waiting room to help singles that are still in God's waiting room, looking, hoping, praying, wishing, believing in their true love.
Yes, yes. So, yep. We don't give single advice, but we like to think, I'm sorry, we don't give marital advice, but we like to think that we've mastered being single and being in God's waiting room.
Yes.
I was 52 when I walked down the aisle. And you were what, 20 years
Yes, about
post
20 years.
marriage, your first
Yes,
marriage.
yes.
And so all through my 20s, 30s, and 40s, I was single, and all through your 30s and 40s, you were single. So
Yes.
we like to think that somebody said that if you got 10,000 hours in anything, you are in the
Considered
expert.
an expert. Yes.
So yeah, so I think we experts. Yeah.
much,
So
yeah.
we're going we drop some wisdom to singles.
Yes.
Everything from dating and being, trying to live your Christian life to the fullest, dating, spotting if he or she is the one.
Absolutely.
Like we done been there. We've been there. And so we're dropping our testimonies, our stories. We're sharing them here. We've turned this into a ministry because this is what God called us to do, to help those like you who are waiting. We go live every Tuesday.
Yes.
Tuesday evenings, 8:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're all the way live. We're talking about everything to help position you to make sure that you don't miss who God has for you. If you want it, it is yours.
Yes.
You desire it, God ordains it. And so, yes, we go live every Tuesday. So make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications. If this is your first time on our channel, don't let this be the last time. If you want to know how we started this channel, how we met, how Terrence knew I was the one, how I knew he was the one, how he pursued me and all that great stuff, go back to our first 5 videos, which was 3 years ago. Go back to our first 5 videos and you'll catch those videos about our story. And then, yeah, please share, please come back and all that great stuff. If you need personal advice and you want to talk to somebody personally, you're going through, maybe you've seen someone and you don't know if God is showing you that this is the one, and all that great stuff. We are Christian life coaches. And so please feel free to go to our website right there, www.godordainedunion.com.
Yes.
And you can contact us. If you need prayer, you can also go there as well. And we got something else on there if you subscribe.
Yes, if you subscribe, we have the 20 of the scriptures that we used to pray when we was in God's waiting room.
Yes.
So you get those just because
you subscribe. Yep. So we ain't gonna bombard your email. Yes. That's not what we do.
No.
People want to hear from us even more now in their emails when they subscribe. We're going to be communicating better through email, but you'll get that, and we promise not to sell your email address or any of that. We don't use it, we don't abuse it, and so
that's why we make ours available. So you can hit us if you have something that you would like us to converse with you on.
Exactly. Yeah, we're not selling you none of that stuff. So this is a real ministry.
So we got a good one for you guys today. We got a really good one.
Yeah, we're on the 3-part series. And marriage proposal series. We're in a 3-part. We did one, which we'll talk about later. But we're on the second one.
Yes. And on this one, baby, we want to know, should a man include his woman's advice and input on the proposal for marriage?
The plans?
The plans, yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Well, the very short answer is absolutely not. Women, I know you're going to be mad at me because I know you got it all figured out in your head. You got the story, the whole plans planned out. and you got the narrative in your head. But I'm going to venture to say, absolutely not. I don't think that the man should include his woman's input on his engagement proposal plans.
Absolutely.
You agree?
I agree. I agree. But what I want to know now is if you can give us the reasons why to back up this answer that you just gave.
Okay. So number one, I think that and we'll share our proposal, how it went down with us. We'll share this at the end. But I got 5 points I want to make to women why you should not be included in his plans. Number one, the man should not be robbed of his opportunity to express his vision of love for you.
I like that.
He should not be robbed of his vision to express his love for you. And the Bible says in the beginning, God created. And what a lot of people skip over is that when God said he made us in his image, when we think of create, we normally think about women being creative. We hardly think about men, but God gave us, that is part of his purpose for us, is to create. And so when a man is trying to express his love for his woman, he should not be robbed of his opportunity to create whatever that should be. And so that's number one.
Yes. And I think men, being a man, I just think men spend time thinking about how they want to propose as they're coming up from teens and getting into love and becoming young men. I think once they get close to having, she might be the one, they start putting some serious thought to how they're going to make that, come true. So I think that's an important thing for men to be able to do. That's awesome. That's awesome. What would be number two?
Number two is the man should have the freedom to arrive and be aligned with the right timing of when he wants to express his love for her.
Wow.
He should have the freedom to arrive and to be aligned with the right timing of when he wants to express his love for her. And with that, a part of that goes with, he should not be pressured. It should not be, he should not be given an ultimatum. It should, you better do this by Christmas. At that point, that's a red flag to me. Yeah. Men, if you feeling pressured, then you need to really take that as, that might cause a problem. Not saying that she's not the one, but it may cause some friction in your marriage if there's a rush. And if y'all been together umpteen years, then that's a different story. Absolutely. But
Yeah, and if you've been with that man long enough for him to want to propose, then you should probably trust his timing when it comes to how he's going to do that.
Right. You should trust his timing. Yeah. You should trust his timing of, just relax. Because a lot of times I think that the timing, women take the timing as a gauge of how he feels about her. And a lot of times it's not about, it's a lot of factors that goes into a man proposing, and he has to be totally ready. And the ready does not mean it has anything to do with his love for her. It could mean that he's not ready financially. He's not ready yet totally in himself, where he wants to be personally. So he should have the freedom to arrive at the right time. And all of this, this is his moment. Like the wedding, they say, the wedding is our moment, but a lot of times the men say the wedding itself is her moment, but the proposal to me is his moment. And he should not, he should have the freedom to arrive, at that and be aligned in that time and when he think is best.
What's number three?
Number three is he's showing, like, the proposal why she shouldn't be involved is because he's showing his woman that he made a decision to create permanent space in his life for her. And that's without her pressure. Like, he made a solid decision.
Yes. And women, let me share something. I love what you just said because, we've done a video earlier, way back, where we talked about one of the ways a man will show that he's interested is that he make time for you.
Yes.
Now we're talking about taking that time to a whole nother level, and him saying, now I'm making time for you for the rest of my life.
Wow.
This is what this
space.
is, a permanent space. This isn't saying I just want to take you out Friday. This is saying I want to be with you every single day for the rest of my life.
In good times and bad times.
I'm making time for you. I'm making space for you. That's awesome.
And you want him to come to that on his own.
Yes.
Don't rob him of that.
Yes.
Don't rob him of that.
Oh, that's an awesome baby. That's awesome. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
What's number 4?
Number 4 is that I believe that, when he's doing this all on his own, it affirms him in knowing that his woman trusts him.
Yes.
Is an affirmation, is affirming that he's knowing that she trusts him with, the timing, how it's going to be played out and all that great stuff.
Yes.
He's, So
yeah, I like that too. I like that because we need that.
Yeah,
believe it or not, when a man feels like his woman trusts him, it puts him on a higher level. It almost makes us Superman, where we think, yes, we got this because she trusts me, and I'm going to be able to do my thing the way I see to do it. So that's an awesome deal.
Yeah.
So, baby.
And the last one.
What's the last one?
The last one is that at the end of the day, the man wants that wow factor of the surprise that's been simmering in his heart.
Yeah.
He wants that wow factor. He wants that authentic reaction from her. He wants the tears. He wants you thought I forgot about you.
Yeah, he wants that surprise.
Yes,
he wants you to know that, you know what, you thought that you was in this by yourself.
Right,
you really
right,
are.
exactly.
Hey, I'm smoothed over you too.
Yep. And women, you don't want to be robbed from that moment. Yes. That moment, you don't want to manipulate or rob that moment from yourself either. So definitely, he wants that wow factor from you. And so don't rob it from him and don't rob it from you. Absolutely. So at the end of the day, I don't think that the woman should have any input in how the man decides to propose to her.
And I agree. I really do. I agree with all 5 points. I agree with the fact of your answer, just flat out saying no, you shouldn't be involved. And that just got me excited. I mean, because
you didn't do it. That's not what, because you didn't include me.
And
I loved every bit of
it. I didn't speak to you about it. I didn't talk to you, about timing, none of that. I just did. And here's another reason why I think a woman should not be involved. And I'm going to use us as an example. I had a day in my mind that I was going to propose to you.
And I had no idea.
And just so happened, we had a conversation. And that conversation went in a direction to where
it played in your
timing. You were like, I said, I need to get you down here.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's tell them. Wait a minute. Tell them. That's the end of it. Okay. Tell them from the beginning.
Okay.
So you remember how that whole day went?
Yeah, I remember how the whole day went. We went walking.
Oh, I came down to visit because, we were long distance. Yeah. I came down to visit that morning. I drove down, and that morning we went to the top of the mountain. We went to the top of the beautiful view that morning. We went to the top of the mountain. Now, first of all, let me take this back. I don't know if you've seen other videos. If you've seen other videos, we say this a lot. We went from us talking to us being engaged because there was no middle ground of you're going to be my girlfriend. So I'm thinking I'm going to visit this guy that I'm really fond of. He's fond of me, because I'm just going with the flow. And that morning I drove down to Charlotte, and you took me to the mountains.
I said, we didn't even go walking. I went to show you.
Yeah, you wanted to show me the mountains.
I wanted to take you hiking on.
Yes, that's what it was. So we went to the mountain. We went to the top of the mountain. We got pictures. Beautiful view, all this beautiful stuff. We left there. We went to breakfast. Yeah. We left there. I don't know what we did between then. Then we went to lunch. We left there. Then we went to dinner to a nice little quaint restaurant, not a chain restaurant, like a authentic restaurant, little quaint very nice, beautiful mood setting. We went to dinner. Then we came back to your house because I was staying for the weekend. We came back to your house, and I never forget, we were getting ready for bed, and I was watching Run's House. I was watching Run's House on TV, and I had on my little pajamas, and you had on your pajamas, and then you said,
we got to talk, and I said, I needed to get you down here.
You said you needed to get me down here permanently.
And you kind of, without knowing it, when you said, well, the ball's in your court.
I said, well, the ball's in your court.
And I was like, wait a minute. See, she think I'm playing. I was like, she think I'm playing. And that's and I already had the ring.
Yes, and he had all my Christmas gifts. I didn't know that they were my Christmas gifts because he didn't have a Christmas tree. And I think it was December 12th. That was my engagement, our engagement date. But he had all these Christmas gifts wrapped in the corner by his bed, in a corner. And it's close to Christmas, we got,
because we had the tree at your place.
Yes.
I was going to take my stuff
all the gifts
under the tree.
Yes, but I didn't know.
I knew you didn't know what they were.
I didn't know what the gifts were.
I did my best up to that point to not even show attention to the prizes. So
I didn't know what was over there. I love the surprise factor. And so I said, well,
I felt like when you said, well, the ball's in your court, that you didn't know how serious I was about seriously getting us together in one location and getting you down to where we wouldn't have to travel back and forth. And I was like, oh, she think I'm playing.
Yeah. And
so I need to prove to her right now that I'm not playing.
Yeah. Hold on. The Wi-Fi. Okay. The Wi-Fi was messing up a little bit.
So that's exactly why. That's exactly why I was like, nah, she ain't pulling my card. Let me go over here and nip this in the bud right now. So I had to go over there and
grab a gift
ring and bring it on over.
And he proposed. He laid across the bed, no knee, no nothing. I was watching TV. I turned and looked, and he opened.
And that's why I believe the man should have the timing, because that changed my timing. You know what I mean? It would have been awkward if you would have been involved with the decision and that wasn't a part of what we had agreed to. So the fact that I was able to plan how I wanted to come at you with this, and then it changed in the spare of the moment, that gave me the flexibility of changing, but still giving you that aha moment. Like, you were surprised, you didn't know it was coming, but I got to see that excitement, that genuine surprise.
He did not rob that from me. I was in shock. And and it was perfect. And no, he did not get on his knee, which is traditional. I was fine with that. No, he did not ask my parents for my hand in marriage. I was fine in that. No, let me tell y'all something. He could have did it on top of the mountain. He missed so many opportunities. It would have looked like he missed opportunities during that day. We were at the top of the mountains. He could have proposed. We went to breakfast. He could have proposed. We went to lunch. He could have proposed. We went to the cutest little quaint restaurant. He could have proposed. But no, he took it. It was the most authentic Jill setting ever, where I was my most comfortable, like in my PJs, watching TV in a big old king size bed, just watching TV on a cold Saturday night. And that's how he proposed. And it was perfect. I couldn't have asked for a better proposal. It was all genuinely authentic.
And it wasn't planned for that day. That's what made it, the spontaneity of that conversation, how that conversation flowed, made that moment the way it was.
Yes, and you're pleased with it?
I'm absolutely, yes. All the guy needs, ladies, all the guy needs is a yes.
And that wow factor.
We're not worried about anything else. If we can propose and a yes come out, you just made our day. You just made our whole year.
Yes. Well, yes, you got your yes after I asked 15 questions. I was like, what? because then it was the ring that I wanted. So that's a whole nother story. So we got a whole nother video on this 3-part series. And so if you have not watched the one about should you include her input in the ring, please go watch that. We'll put it on after this. So
that's why I told the men. Okay.
So
that's what we spoke to.
So go watch that video.
Yes.
We don't want to tell you what we thought about that video, but go watch that. We'll put it up right after this one.
Absolutely.
Yes. So yes, women, sit back, relax, let him take control of it. Enjoy the ride. You'll know if he's the one or not, but you've got to trust him. If you know he's the one, but you really are ready for marriage and you really sit back, take the narrative out your head, remove the story of how you think it should be, remove all that and trust him.
Look, I'm gonna tell you something. Here's a secret. If you are having issues right now, then ask yourself if you trust God. And if you trust God, don't worry about if you trust him or not. Trust God. And God's timing is never wrong.
Never wrong.
So if you trust God, allow God to orchestrate this in the way that he's going to orchestrate it, which means whenever that young man is introduced to you, whenever he proposes to you, all of those things are going to work out.
In his time and God's time.
Because God's timing is never wrong.
Yes, and the man is going to be in tune with God and how he's speaking with the timing. So
absolutely. Just include God in your plans and what you're trying to do right now. And then you can be secure in knowing that God has got you.
Yes. So
I hope you guys are excited about this. I hope it triggered a good thought. I hope it relaxes you and gets you to thinking yes, because you're one day closer to meeting that gentleman or that woman that you're looking for.
Yes.
Okay.
And this is remember, this is a 3-part series. And so the 3rd part is coming up. And so we don't want you to miss that 3-part because that one is going to be a doozy. So this is the 2nd part in the 3-part series, but make sure you go look at the first one. All right.
Absolutely.
And so, if you need prayer, hit us up right here at a God-Ordained Union.
Yes. Yes. And please share this with someone that you know that is in the same predicament as you are, that is looking, that is searching, that is waiting, that is praying, that is hoping. And we hope it be a blessing to you all.
Yes. Yep. All right. Deuces.